peculiar thing about the Missouri Ozarks. It's so dark down there. You know, if you get in the middle of a valley or a holler and the moon's not up, it is pitch black. It's just like you're in a cave. And then you add the shadow of the forest in addition to that. I mean, if you look at Google Earth, you look at southern Missouri, it's some of the most dense forest in the world. And it's impossible to see down there in the dark. Now again, when the moon's up, it's like a giant flashlight. It's plenty of light out. However, it gets dark a lot. Several months ago, I did a review of a night vision scope that I got from One Leaf. That thing is awesome. It allows me to see really deep into the darkness of that forest, unlike anything else. However, it's a scope. It's on a rifle. Sometimes I don't necessarily want my rifle pointing at things. Where I live, there's a guy across the way, about 50 yards. You could see his house from my house, and he jokingly said when I met him, he said, "Oh, I can see into your house with binoculars." And I said, "Oh, that's cool," because I do the same thing. I just use a rifle scope. And then we kind of laughed about it, but not really joking. Don't look in my house with binoculars. But what I found is that I have a set of binoculars I've been using for a long time. They're great. But what One Leaf has now made is a set of binoculars that are just incredible. One Leaf NV200. I picked this up for a few reasons. Number one, I want to be able to see in the dark a little bit better than what I can with the scope, and I don't necessarily want to point my rifle at it. Number two, I'm always in the market for a great camera, something that just is extremely effective, can take great quality pictures, day, night, incredible zoom, and that's what this is. I was so impressed with the scope that I had to get the binoculars. This thing films in 4K. It's got optical and digital zoom. Now, what I'll say about these, if you're looking for daytime binocular use, you're looking at essentially a little TV screen in here. And I don't necessarily, if you're just wanting to scan some things and look, I don't necessarily think it's the best thing. But if you're wanting to film, or if you want incredible night vision, this is definitely your thing. It's got 4K digital sensor, and the night vision is amazing. The zoom is so incredible. You really need a tripod. Now, I kind of learned this hard way. You know, obviously I'm going to fumble with this at first. It's like a really high-tech camera that I kind of fumble with, but when you zoom in, man, you just shake slightly and it moves like 20 yards because of the incredible zoom. I mean, if you look here, the things I was able to zoom in across the Lake of the Ozarks, it's just amazing. You know, be able to see the detail of these people getting out of their pontoon boat. But again, I definitely recommend a tripod. Once I was able to kind of figure this out a bit and use the tripod, way more successful. Tried to film a few things. This is a tower. This tower here is about 300 yards away. I wanted to try to get it at the day, and I wanted to get it at night. Now the IR sensor, you can focus that into a tight, small group, almost like a flashlight beam, or you can open it up wide to give you everything in view. Now, what I will say is this is not really binoculars. It's really a monocular. It's got one objective lens. And then the other lens is really the IR. And then you got the LCD screen. So it's really not binoculars, it's a monocular. What they'll advertise is this is night vision up to 600 yards. I've seen video of people doing it up to 750 though, very effectively, because you can turn up the IR. I actually like using it without the IR. You just put it on black and white, and it's amazing how much that illuminates everything, even without the infrared. You can also buy an additional rangefinder. Other little features, you got picture-in-picture to amplify certain things, and it also comes with a red dot to point to what you're looking at. With night vision, you do infrared off. I like using that, it's pretty effective. But then you can turn it on 1 to 8, and that is really blasting that thing up. Also, what I'll say, this is incredibly durable, hefty, clearly made well. It's also rated at IP6 waterproof. Now, what I got this, again, was for the camera quality, for the type of filming I'm doing. I'm gonna begin to continue to play with this a bit as I continue to play with that scope as well. But you can get optional other lenses. This comes with a 35, you can get a 50, a 70, or a 100 millimeter. But generally speaking, this is by far the best night vision I have ever seen in my life. Just really a great quality binoculars. So if you're looking for good night vision, I only recommend the One Leaf NV200. Just fantastic. I'm going to continue to work with these. I'm going to include a lot of the footage I'm going to get with this camera in my future videos, and I'll kind of make sure to point that out. Put a link here below for One Leaf. There's a coupon code to save you a little money. Just click the link below. Any thoughts or insight on this, put in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.